Sorry about that. I had some camera problems. Alright, so his movement is 3. So he'll also move over here with Tracy. And then he'll get his card, which is Lost in the Woods, which is a plot twist card. So now he's going to have to move to the woods. So he's up in the woods, and then that ends his turn. So now it's Otis's turn, and Otis can move 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So he's kind of tied on where he's going to move. So none of them are horrified. And let's see, who has the most injuries? Kevin has 2 injuries. They're both tied on number of injuries as well. So let's see here. We'll roll a D4 since I'm going to have to randomly choose who he goes after. So we'll say 1 to 2 is her. 3 and 4 is Kevin. So I rolled a 2. So 1 to 2 was her. So Otis is going to go after her. So Kevin is breathing a sigh of relief. Alright, but once again, she has a D8. She rolls an 8. So Otis has pretty much been defeated this time. Yep, a 3. So Otis was defeated. He'll go away. And she'll be happy to have not gotten into a panic state or been injured again, especially since she's kind of getting hurt a little bit. Alright, and then also Tracy is no longer horrified after. That was the end of her last turn, so she's not horrified this round. But now we start with the player turns again. So it's going to be Karen to start. And she's got the keys. Her movement is only down to 1 now, though. But she's going to have to start moving to start unlocking some things, and she's the one with the keys. So she just does her 1 movement. And then she draws her card, and she gets another weapon. She gets the meat cleaver, which down in the corner, right hand corner, you can see that that's a D6 damage plus 1 is what that one does. So she'll have that in her backpack. And that's going to end her turn. It'll go to Tracy. I still don't know if I want to play that 8-track player right now or not. I'm going to wait. But Tracy is going to move for 3. So 1, 2, and then she'll end there. Instead of drawing a cabin card, she will draw an objective. And she also gets keys. So now we have 2 people with keys. So that'll end her turn. We're going to Kevin. Kevin has 1 movement. You know what? I'm going to see if I can somehow sneak through the nature trail to get over into the girl shower. He's a little freaked out about going back into the commons area, and you see with him rolling a 6, he made it. So his 1 movement moves him over there. So that ends his movement. Now he draws a card, and it's a plot twist of blackout. Uh-oh. And it's not good. So, for as long as the blackout continues, any counselor without a light source is horrified. Does anybody have a light source? Kevin does. Kevin has the flare. Counselor at the tool shed, which would be Tracy, can restart the generator and discard blackout, and then counselors are no longer horrified. And the counselor that restarts the generator may draw one survival card. So I'll put blackout up here to remember that it's there. So Tracy's horrified. Jason can't be horrified, and Karen can't be horrified. And Kevin has the flare, so he's got a light source. Now, because Jason would be horrified, he gets to draw a survival card. And he gets close call. So I get to play this after a counselor draws a Kevin card, ignore and discard it. Okay. That was the end of Kevin's turn. Now we're going into Jason's turn. Now Jason's in the woods. So Jason's going to have to roll the d6, the six-sided dice. And he gets a 6. So nothing happens to him. So now he's going to roll the d10 for a random trail. And he rolls the 10. So he'll come out over here. He still has all of his movement. So I'll take him over here. 1, 2, 3. Because he doesn't know what happened in the commons area. Okay, so that's the end of his movement. He'll draw a card. He gets the acoustic guitar, which is a weapon. The problem with the acoustic guitar is whenever it's equipped, Otis is going to stalk him. And then whenever an Otis strikes is drawn, he's attacked. And then I have to discard this if it's used to win a fight. But I think at this point I'm going to have to go for it. It's two-handed. But he's at full health. So maybe he'll help Karen and Kevin as they limp around trying to hopefully find a medic station somewhere. So that's the end of their turn. Now it'll be Otis's turn. So Otis is going to come back on the board from lurking. So 2. So he'll come back over here. And then he has his 2 movement right now. So it looks like she's probably closest right now. So he'll move there and end his turn. So now it's Karen's turn. She has keys. Tracy has keys too. She's only got 1 movement though, but she's going to move over here. Now she's going to draw her cabin card and she gets a camper. This is Toby. This is her little brother. Toby has a light source. So while Toby is with her, she can't be horrified or lost, but he cannot be passed to another counselor. And then if Toby is killed, I discard all of my survival cards in my grief and become horrified. Oh. Yeah. I don't know if I want him. Because he's going to suck if he ends up dying. And they usually do. Okay, that's the end of her turn. So who needs a weapon? Tracy needs a weapon. Kevin also needs a weapon, and he's right there. It's Tracy's turn next. She is going to restart the generator. So counselors are no longer horrified, and then she'll get a survivor card. So she's no longer horrified. She draws a survival card, and she gets a permanent ability of Jumpy. So she moves one additional space when she's in panic. So her panic was 3, now it becomes 4, thanks to being Jumpy. Which, that might actually help her out quite a bit. Because he's a 4 as well when he gets to maximum, Otis. Alright. So, she restarted the generator. I don't know what that takes. Didn't say that it took anything other than just to say that I restarted, I guess, and stay there. So she'll draw her cabin card. Uh-oh, which is Otis Strikes. So Otis will be coming for her. And she doesn't have a weapon. So she's not going to be able to defend herself. So she's automatically going to take the 2 damage and become panicked. And once again, she can move 4 when panicked. So I'm going to move her here. Oh, she can't unlock doors though. Let's see here. I don't have to do my full range though. So I think I'm going to take her 1, 2, 3 up to there. Okay, it's the end of Tracy's turn. So now it's going to be Kevin's turn. So Kevin's going to move 1 space to get with her. And I can trade items, weapons, campers, objectives, and keys with other counselors in the same space as I am. So he's going to trade or get a weapon. The meat cleaver from Tracy, so he at least has a weapon. So he needed that, and his movement is only 1 because he's injured, so that's going to end his turn. And then, with it being the end of my turn, he's going to go ahead and equip the meat cleaver. Now Jason's going to go. And he still has 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. So he can get up in the shower room and see what that other objective card is. So that ends his turn. Now draw phase. Oh, Otis strikes him. 2 Otis strikes in a row. Now he does have his acoustic guitar. Otis is rolling a d6 and he's also rolling a d6. So it's anyone's guess on who's going to win. He gets a 6. That's good. That's what Otis gets. Now if Otis gets a 6 as well, he wins ties. And so, nope, he gets a 1. But anyway, Otis wins ties, and so had he rolled a 6, he would have won the fight. But instead, Kevin ends up winning, or Jason ends up winning, and Otis goes away. That was very lucky for Jason. But because he was able to win a fight, the acoustic guitar was broken and is now discarded. Now it's Otis's turn. Otis will come back on the board. So 5. Ooh, that's not good. He came back right on top of Tracy. So Tracy's going to be in trouble. Matter of fact, Tracy's going to be dead. Let's see if anybody can help Tracy. Let's see if anybody can help Tracy. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Nope. I do not think she has anything that can help her. So she's going to take 2 wounds. And poor dear Tracy will be dead. So her card's going to flip over, and the keys and the 8-track player, we're going to stay on top of her card. She will get knocked over to show where players have to go to be able to get her cards. And then all of her survival cards are going to be discarded. So with that, we have a body count. So Otis moves up to his damage increasing, so now his damage is at 3. So he just became a little bit more deadly. And right now we are not doing good. We have the keys and we have the crank. So right now we are working towards actually both the Ranger Tower and the boat, it looks like. I just need to find either rope or the battery to be able to start whatever. Or use the boat with the rope. So 1 dead. That's not good. So that's the end of Otis's turn. So now it's going to go back to Karen. So Karen will do her 1 movement down here. She'll draw her card. And she gets the first aid kit. She will need this. So I could use this at any phase to heal 2 injuries from every counselor in your cabin. Oh, and she just barely moved. So it's just her all by herself in the cabin. Oh, that's rather unfortunate. I can use it at any time though. So maybe I'm just going to wait until he gets there. And then I will play it then. Actually, any phase would be with her phase though. But we'll see. We'll see what I can do. See if I can get him healed up real quick when he comes over. So that ends her turn. Tracy's dead. Now it's going to Kevin. So Kevin will do his 1 movement over there as well. He's going to draw his card. And he gets the full moon. So for as long as full moon is in play, counselors may freely use nature trails, and Otis's stock is increased by 1. The full moon lasts 2 full rounds. 2 full rounds. I love that card, by the way. It's awesome. Well then. So I'm going to put one of those little extra things on there just so I can kind of keep track of Otis's extra stock. And now it's Jason's turn. Jason still has his full movement. So I'll go 1, 2, and his movement there. Instead of dropping a cabin card, I'll flip it to get another crank. I don't want another crank. Maybe I do. Who knows? We'll see. Somebody might die with the crank. And then at the very end of my turn, I will be equipping it. So now Otis's turn. And Otis will be moving 3. So let's see here. Ooh. So he's going to take the nature trail for 1, 2, 3. So he's going to make it over here with Jason. And Jason doesn't have a weapon anymore. So things are going to be painful for Jason. Because he's going to get panicked. He'll take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Which takes him almost all the way down to death. But he gets 3 panic movement. 1, 2, 3. And that ends Otis's turn. Alright, so this starts the first full round for full moon. So because we were half in there when that was drawn, he gets like 2.5 rounds, or we get 2.5 rounds of full moon. But because of that, hold on. Because of that, I'm going to do this instead, though, when he did his movement. Since I can use nature trails, I'll go 1, 2, 3. I'll go there for my panic. Okay. So now it's Karen's turn. So now for any phase, this is the movement phase, so I'm going to play for the first aid kit, which will heal both Karen and Kevin all the way back up to 3. So now they get all their movement back, which is a good thing. So she's going to move 1, 2 to unlock this door. And move out over here for 3. She'll take her card, which is a plot twist, the timeout chair. This is the other one that I love. So I have to discard a random survival card, and I am horrified. She can't be horrified. And then down on the bottom it shows that we get +1 to the body count. So body count moves up to 5, which is a +1 to stock. So right now he is moving at 4 spaces. And like I said, she can't be horrified, so that doesn't matter. But for a random survival card, I've got 4 of them. So I'm going to roll a d4. And 1. So Scream for Help is discarded. Okay. Now it's Kevin's turn. Kevin is just going to move 1, and then he's going to use his turn to flip that. Oh. Oh. Yeah. So Otis just struck again. But this time he has a weapon. Now let's see, where does Otis is attacking with the d6 as well. So both of them are attacking with the d6. Kevin does have the +1. He rolls a 5, plus his 1 is a 6. So let's see what Otis has. Otis has a 2. So he wins. Good job, Kevin. And that ends his turn. So now it is Jason's turn, and Jason is still moving at a 3. He's one of the ones that has right before death he gets moving. So 1, 2, 3. He's going to take his card, and he gets an item of clothing, which is the Rain Slicker. So while equipped, I can ignore the effects of environment cards. Now with that one being clothing, I can equip this if I wanted to, because it's not going to hurt me to equip it, matter of fact, because although I can only have 2 hands worth of weapons, I can have any number of clothing items on without penalties. So I'm going to use that just in case something else comes up. Matter of fact, environment cards. The full moon is an environment card. The only problem with that is it doesn't really, it's all on Otis, so it's not going to help me out at all. Yep, not going to help me out at all. Alright, so now it's Otis's turn. He's got to come back on the board at a 2. Oh man. That just is not good for him coming back, especially with the stock of 4. He's like gonna be like on top of her. And we will have a combat, but she has her D8 though, so maybe, hopefully, she can keep going and keep fending him off. A 6, woo, and a 5, woo. She did. She did. She got him away. Very good. All right, that's the end of that turn.